Alright, what is going on, my dude? So the rumors are true, the leaks were accurate. We are finally getting that updated version of Ebony Maw that we've wanted in MCOC for, holy crap, has it been like 2 years since he's been in the game now? Has it been a year? No, it's been like 2 years, if not more. And oh boy, was he hyped when he first came out, and oh boy, or anticipated. And oh boy, was he terrible. And oh boy, has he been terrible. But oh boy, this buff is looking kind of juicy. And of course, as always, we have highlighted everything that you're going to have to know. And we're going to go over all of it. And we're going to break it down starting right now. And let me tell you something. I am very excited for this buff with my 6-star duped Ebony Maw and my 140% tier 5 class catalyst selectors currently in my objective list after Karina's challenges. So hopefully it's as juicy in-game as it is on paper. Because I will not hesitate to rank up this Squidward boy, alright? So let's jump into that and break it down. About Ebony Maw. A master of manipulation, an overall evil genius, Ebony Maw is Thanos' most trusted lieutenant, never failing him even once, focusing on his strong telekinetic abilities rather than raw physical strength. Ain't that true? Ebony Maw curves and bends the environment around him with ease. Additionally, his superhumanly persuasive voice allows him to sway even the strongest minds. So when it comes to prestige now, he's actually getting a very slight prestige bump, which is very funny to me because when he first came out, he had like the second highest mystic prestige, and he's fallen off since then. But this is a decent prestige now where you don't have to feel bad about investing stones into him. So keep that in mind if you're in that boat, alright? Let's go ahead and move on and talk about all the balance changes coming to Ebony Maw. So his mechanics are staying the same. You know how he works, right? There's the Falter, there's the Mist, there's the Degen. Let's talk about how it's going to work now. So strengths. Mist. Ebony Maw is one slippery fella, cruising through any fight with ease if you can manage his Falter. Now Degen. Ebony Maw's updated kit can now deal even more Degen damage than before. Maximize it with bonus Degen on the special 2 and deal some massive damage. Now, massive damage is always a good sign, alright? Weaknesses. Anti-Miss, of course, it can't take advantage of the Falter, as well as non-damaging debuffs, which you don't come into contact with those in day-to-day scenarios. But let's jump in here. Always active. Ebony Maw's first slide attack is the only basic hit to make contact. That's not changing, and that's actually a very underrated piece of utility when it comes to stuff like Alliance War, where the opponent can parry you, okay? So you're pretty much always safe to go in and intercept without the fear of being parried. That's nice. And of course, all guaranteed crits will miss him, which is great against Corvus. He might be like a very legitimate Corvus glaive counter now. When you see Corvus on defense in Alliance War, like Ebony Maw is probably going to be like an extremely legitimate option. Missions from Thanos. Okay, so this is the same mechanic, except it's a little different. It's the same but different, right? He still has his missions, but they work the same way, but the way they're structured is different. So let's go over it here. Ebony Maw has 3 missions to complete. 3. I had like a claw there. 3 missions to complete. Once per fight each one. And when you do complete each mission, you deal 7,500 direct degen damage over 4 seconds. And that scales with base attack only. 7,500 direct damage for a rank 5 champion per each mission is a lot of damage for such a simple thing to do. Currently, this is like 600 damage. So this is, or it might be like 900, but this is around 10 times more potent than it currently is, okay? So it's that damage over 4 seconds, and the first one is you nullify a buff, you inflict a power steal, and you cause the opponent to miss. Those are the 3 ways to do the missions, and they're all very, very easy to happen, right? Completing all 3 missions in a single fight grants 1 persistent charge, each increasing the duration of degen effects by 10% and reducing the opponent's fury effects by 25% for the rest of the quest. Persistent charges stack up to a max of 4. They used to stack up to 20. Absolutely ridiculous, absolutely unnecessary. Now, if you do all the missions, you get a charge. 4 fights, you're done. You're ramped up, you're good to go, okay? And each one, it makes his degen a little bit stronger, but only by 10%. So it's really looking like you really don't need to ramp him any longer, okay? It looks like he's going to be good to go out of the quest. And the main effect I'm seeing here is, yes, a little bit more damage, but it's really just turning off those fury effects. So it's going to be fury effects by 25%, right, each one. So 100% reduced for the rest of the quest. That's really, really nice, all right? Heavy attacks. Landing a heavy steals all the opponent's power gain buffs and 10% of their current power. So that's really, really nice as well. So let's talk about his persuasive voice. This is the mechanic he's always had. It's got a big balance update here, okay? So let's talk about it. He now becomes focused after 7 seconds. It's currently like 5 seconds, but that's a 2-second difference. Who cares, all right? The time is doubled when you're suffering from a non-damaging debuff. It doesn't really matter. You don't have to worry about that too much. So while Ebony Maw is focusing here, the opponent's ability power rate is reduced by 60%. That's pretty cool. If knocked down by a heavy or special 3, focus is broken, like always. Once focused, the opponent gains 1 persuasion every 0.60 seconds. Now, this is currently every 0.5 seconds, so this is like very, very slightly altered. It seems like an unnecessary change to me, but I don't think it's even going to be noticeable. 0.5 seconds, 0.6 seconds seems very, very similar. Every 20th persuasion the opponent gains will inflict a falter debuff for 3 seconds. That's the same as now, giving them a 100% chance to miss. And this is also different. I'm not sure about this. The duration is increased to 4 seconds against Cosmics, but it's currently 5 seconds against Cosmics. So I don't know if that's a typo or not, but who knows. And at 100 persuasion, the opponent is inflicted with Black Tongue for the rest of the fight. Now, this is new. All right, we're reducing all power gained from all sources by 40%. Here's the new part. And increasing Ebony Maw's attack by 947, okay? So that's taking some of, like, I think it's the Strife synergy, or the Airwalker synergy, which increased your attack. Okay, that's now in his base kit, and when Black Tongue is active, inflict the above falter every 15 seconds, okay? So that's from the Strife synergy, now in his base kit, so that got a huge balance change there. It's now going to work in his favor without any synergies, and it's looking really, really good, okay? Let's move on here. Special 1, Unseen Blades. When activated and with each hit, Ebony Maw nullifies 1 Fury Cruelty or Precision from the opponent, expands to all buffs as the opponent has the Black Tongue active. If no buffs were nullified during this attack, the opponent gains a Fury, increasing their attack by 0 for 10 seconds. It's currently 6 seconds, so that's getting a nice buff, so you can activate that back to back. This is pretty much the same. Here's the big one here. The Special 2 is updated quite a bit. Each hit inflicts a passive degen, dealing 3,000 direct damage over 4 seconds. Watch this. If the opponent is suffering from a falter, each hit inflicts 2 additional degens. There are 3 hits, so that's a total of 18,000 direct damage. I believe this is going to be on modified attack, so if you happen to run the Suicide Masteries, that's going to be a big, big, big increase. Same goes for any boosts. The final hit refreshes any active falter, so basically if you throw the Special 2 right when the falter begins, you're going to be doing like 18,000 direct damage minimum, not including boost, not including suicides, not including persistent charge, 10% increases, and then you also refresh the falter at the end, so you can go ahead and then punish right away with a heavy attack or whatnot. You have the falter going. This is looking really, really good, guys, right there. That is looking so good. This is currently like you deal 900 or 600 direct damage over however many seconds. One time, 1 direct damage. Now, if you do it properly, you're getting a lot more, man. So that's really, really good. The Special 3 is updated just a little bit. The attack grants no power to the opponent, and you steal 100% of the opponent's power and gain a power gain buff granting 40% of the power stolen over 5 seconds. Pretty cool. The Sync ability is a little different too. When the opponent misses an attack, they are inflicted with a passive degen, dealing 947 direct damage as a rank 5 champion over 1 second. This is currently like 600 direct damage over like 6 seconds, so that's a nice increase there. While the opponent is suffering from a falter debuff, their auto block ability is reduced by 100%. Ebony Maw gains plus 40% ability power rate. That's completely new. I have a feeling that that is going to be what's tied to his Sync ability, and that 947.61 direct damage is going to be flat, I hope, because currently like the 600 over however many seconds is flat, so we'll have to see. When it comes to synergies, He's pretty much the same with a couple updates. I like the Call Obsidian synergy. It helps them ramp up a little faster. It gives them that Fury buff to consistently nullify in matchups where there aren't any Fury buffs. Okay, you hold the heavy attack, and then you get the Fury buff you can nullify with the special one. And there's some updated ones here. Like I said, the Strife synergy and the Airwalker synergies are now in his base kit, okay? But you're also still going to gain additional 30% attack rating, okay, when you're suffering from a fault or debuff. So now that is, you know, in the base kit as well, but you also now have that with... you know, you have that in the base kit, but now an additional 30% as well. And then the high ground here, this is completely new because everything from this synergy is now pretty much in his base kit. But check this out. You start the fight focus and persuade the opponents 15% quicker. So that's going to be nice. It's going to just help you ramp up a little bit at the beginning of the fight. Definitely not needed, but also nice to have. So recommended masteries here. Mystic Dispersion, of course, because you're going to be nullifying a lot of buffs. And Willpower, I don't really understand this at all. One of Ebony Maw's biggest weaknesses are debuffs. So make sure you have willpower for the fights that you shouldn't be using him in. I don't know. I can't think of too many other masteries that are going to be good for him besides Mystic Dispersion, so maybe they just wanted to throw another one in there. Who knows? But this guy's looking good, man. I'm feeling really excited for this guy. I would love to like feel good about taking him to rank 3 because he's such a cool character. But anyway, my dudes, that's gonna be it for this Ebony Maw buff breakdown. I do hope it was helpful. I do hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please do your boy a big ol' favor and drop a big ol' like. Comment what you think about Ebony Maw finally, hopefully getting his time to shine in MCOC in the comment section below, and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any Ebony Maw gameplay coming to you very, very soon. As soon as the patch drops, I'll be seeing you around.